r/AskReddit. What are some very comforting facts? Jupiter gravitational masses, so immense modern science believe it's been protecting us from meteors for millions of years. Thank you, Jupiter. I might be wrong, but I think there is a theory saying that ancient Jupiter used to roam the solar system and influenced how our sun's planet's currently positioned. Considering how perfectly aligned Earth is, thank you, Jupiter. You're the real MVP. It's highly likely your pet dreams of you in their sleep. Mine is always humping me. I don't want to really think about their dreams. I own a scorpion, and she hates me, so she likely dreams about viciously gutting me with her claws. Why does she hate you? I don't have any scorpion knowledge. She hates me cause she's a scorpion. That's about it. They are very solitary and protective animals. In trade, big human has to come and disturb her with fresh water and food, which she's not a fan of. She doesn't hate me, but she does get very cranky at me from time to time. All of the cardigans Mr. Rogers wore on camera were knit by his mother. Mr. Rogers' facts are the most wholesome facts. His favorite number was 143 because the words "I love you" have 1, 4, and 3 letters. There's a lighthouse in Massachusetts that blinks 1, 4, 3 and is known as the I Love You Lighthouse. Goldfish can recognize their owners. Damn, he been watching you this whole time and you didn't even know. I used to have a goldfish who would suck up a piece of stone and spit it against the glass to make a noise, so I'd know he wanted to be fed. Damn, fish trained me. I had a fish do this by flicking gravel up against the glass repeatedly. It got quite persistent, and I discovered he had a stone stuck in his mouth. I whipped him out with my hands and pulled it free. He was fine, still going strong now. Bees take naps in flowers. So yeah, it's okay to need a nap, even busy bees do. I too like to rest on my laurels. I grow pumpkins and the long vines are covered in big bell-shaped golden flowers. Every morning I go outside and take a peek inside. Ever since I discovered that they always have 2 or 3 sleeping bees in them, bees that have spent the night safe and warm inside. Little bee hotel rooms, as it were. Although it's very cold and the vines aren't producing pumpkins right now, I'm leaving them in place just for the bees. Scientists have discovered that rats love playing hide and seek and squeal with joy when finding/being found. I've always wanted a pet rat. This made me want one even more. Make sure to get multiple. They need rat buddies or they get depressed. I have 2, and they are very charming fellows. Just make absolutely sure they're the same gender. Otherwise you gonna have a lot of rats. At least they won't be lonely. Neither will you until the end of days. There's a volunteer organization called No One Dies Alone. You're at Sacred Hearts Medical Center, you're terminal, you need a companion. From someone to talk to, or just someone to hold a hand. They'll make sure someone will be there for you. Other hospitals have this too. I would like to volunteer for that. I have compassion like a mother ducker. Samuel L. Compassion. In dog/wolf movies, where they use real-life dog actors, the people who have to edit all that sometimes have to add CGI tails because they dogs can't stop wagging their tail as they are so happy. I used to have a sweetheart of a dog who loved to roughhouse. She was big, and her play growls sounded scary if you didn't know how gentle she really was. Ever since when I see attack dogs on screen, I notice they often have the same body language and tone she had. Cows have best friends. So do horses. They work significantly harder when together, and they tend to scare less easy. Dogs make cute little sneezing sounds to tell you they are playing and not fighting. My dumb, giant, muscly American bulldog does this when we play wrestle. It's an adorable little reminder that, although she could rip my throat out, she chooses not to. She would be lonely if she did. But she would get a meal before, which is her primary motivator. And again, she's hella dumb, so the thinking forward isn't a strong suit. Still, she hasn't eaten me yet. Once I took my little bitchin' dog to a dog park. My dog wasn't very well socialized with other dogs, so I kept him on a short leash. I was sitting with him, and 2 other larger dogs came over to sniff him / check him out. My dog became agitated, growling and barking a bit. The other dogs became tense, and I could see / feel their owners also becoming tense because of my dog's behavior. Then, that very moment, my dog had a sneezing fit. He sneezed over and over for about 20 seconds, which is a long time for a sneezing fit. Then he rolled on his back and let the other dog sniff him. The tension broke entirely, and once my dog was calmer, I let him off the leash to run around a bit. The rest of that day was uneventful and my dog had a lot of fun. Van Gogh didn't start painting until his late 20s. J.K. Rowling didn't publish Harry Potter until her late 30s. Samuel L. Jackson didn't get his first big role until his 40s. It's never too late to be who you might have been. It should be mentioned that Van Gogh sold only 1 painting in his life. Technically, Van Gogh sold hundreds of paintings in his lifetime. Just not his own. He used to work for an art dealer, lol. Some fish like to be pet. Clownfish are attracted to people. When snorkeling around some reefs, and after wiggling your finger at them almost like a worm, they come swim up to you, and swam between my fingers. At least something is attracted to me, and that's definitely very comforting. The word for penguin, in Mandarin translates to, business goose. If you make it to the airport without dying, you've already passed the deadliest part of plane travel. That just makes me fear the airport. How? It's the trip to the airport that gets ya. Not the airport itself. A penguin was once knighted in Norway. Blind people can smile, even though they have never seen one. It is human nature. The voice actors of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse got married in real life. No one remembers all the stupid shit you did as a teenager. My brain, except me. Every night. If you cringe at something you did when you were younger, then that's because you have matured far enough to know that you were being stupid back then. I find it comforting to know that the very reason I feel bad is that I have stopped being that bad. Otters hold each other's hands when they sleep so their mate won't drift away. This makes me utterly happy. Cheetahs are very shy animals. So some zoos give them support dogs like those for humans. It's the cutest thing ever. The bigger reason for this is that cheetahs' vision likes to hyperfocus. In a crowd like ones at the zoo, they would get anxious looking at each individual and would try to analyze each person, which can be very stressful for them. Dogs are very good at reading groups and crowds. They pair a dog with a cheetah to rely on emotionally. If the dog is calm, the cheetah will trust them that there's nothing to worry about from those crowds. Edit, since I'm getting the question a lot on how does the zoo prevent the cheetah from killing the dog, I'm going to add it here. They are typically introduced at a very young age and imprint on each other. Cheetahs are also not naturally driven to kill dogs as prey. A cheetah could kill a dog, but typically a cheetah would never hunt a dog in the wild. If it was in its territory, or if a dog appeared hurt and by itself, a cheetah might go for an opportunistic kill, but those are special circumstances. The most likely situation you'd see in the wild would be if they were hunting the same prey and they fought over a kill. Smiling is actually contagious. When out and about, if you think someone is looking at you, just smile. If they smiled too, they were probably looking at you. Yay, but then, if they weren't looking at you, now you are a creep smiling at someone. 2020 is halfway over. The free trial is over. 2020, and now you'll pay. Whenever I've experienced heartbreak or something scary or intimidating, I remind myself I'm not the first person ever to have gone through, and for some reason I always find it comforting. I'm not the first person to be scared or sad, and thousands of others have gotten through what I'm going through, and if they can get through it, why can't I? I'm the same. Like when I make a big mistake at work, I know I'm not the first to duck up, and the world hasn't ended. That's a great attitude, but you should probably not become a pilot. Swedish blood donors receive a text whenever their blood is used to help someone. So do Australians. And folks from the UK. Pillow fighting is a real, recognized sport in Canada. It was founded in Toronto in 2004 by the Pillow Fighting League. My boyfriend has a panic and anxiety disorder. Whenever he gets a panic attack, one of our cats will sit on him and purr loudly. It always comforts him and calms him down. We always joke that she is our little support animal. She is very attuned to our emotions and feelings. When my grandmother passed away and I was very sad, she would not leave me alone. She would just sit next to me in silence or occasionally let out a small meow to inform me she was still there. So, as conclusion, even if you are having a shit day, your pet still loves you. Your body is home to its own unique ecosystem, the human gut. Sounds gross, but billions of little creatures living inside you are helping you digest things, dispose of waste, and survive natural toxins in the food you consume. If you ever feel like you're useless, or that your existence means nothing, that's not true. You literally mean the world to your gut flora. This is my swamp. Crows and ravens love to play in snow. One of their favorite activities is rolling hills. This made me incredibly happy. I've recently started trying to befriend crows. I got a huge bag of shell-on peanuts for birds and sprinkle some in my backyard each day. It's adorable to see. Once I leave, they all flock down like, oh shit boys, the peanut girl was here again. It works even better if you make a specific sound while they're viewing you drop the peanuts. You can lure them with that sound after a while. I'd like to subscribe to Crow Facts, please. They remember people who are nice to them and hold grudges against people who mistreated them, and they pass it down to their kids. So you could have a crow you've never met like you because you fed his dad or granddad. Given all the atoms in the universe are recycled in various ways, having formed in the first stars, our entire body has already experienced billions of years of each atom's own personal history. Even more comforting, it's plausible those atoms will eventually become part of someone else in the future, and will continue to exist in various forms, transforming continuously, until the end of time itself. So in a way, we are connected to something absolutely eternal, and our ultimate fate is to be spread across the stars. Hell, depending how deep you want to get, there's also a tiny chance that your pattern of DNA will form entirely by chance again, creating someone that is biologically you, but with a whole new memory, experiences and history. Basically, everyone and everything is connected. The best part? None of this is based on religion or wishful thinking. It's actual established and current scientific fact. What I took from this is that I'm part pterodactyl. Admitting you're wrong is not show weakness. It's the necessary step to become better. It's actually a show of strength. Spiders can't fly. Let's all take a moment and appreciate this fact. I hate to break it to you, but they can make pyraglidas with their webs. They can. What? Common in baby spiders trying to get away from the concentration of other baby spiders. They spin a bit of web, like a single long strand, the wind takes them, and they land wherever. Of course spiders are our friends, they eat the bugs that really bother us,